Hi everyone, Casey here and Chris, doing our first video update for the campaign, this Out of This World campaign, and we promised we would do a video update. This is going to be the first of hopefully many, and we just want to do a little quick intro on everything. We're not going to get into all the background and stuff today.
Yeah, I want to do more video.
Yeah.
We're gonna do more video on our crazy adventures that will blow your mind.
Yeah.
They're really unbelievable though. So, I'm gonna wait on some of it. It's really like hard to believe, and so I'm gonna wait to talk about our story. But it's got to get out there. We did a book last year called Out of This World. Throughout last year, I was also working on music, so I have this pile of my best songs. I always say that about my new songs, but I really think a lifetime of writing hundreds of songs and kind of doing my own special way of writing and my own, my own sort of different take on genres is really hit its peak. And there's some really cool tunes here that I have about, I don't know, in between. I guess I probably have a good 12 that I want to, there's more, but I want to cut it down to be a tight, 10 or something, and wrap those up. And some of them need some lyrics filling in, the Mad Libs of like verse 2 needs to be finished over here.
Just like fixing those up.
Yeah.
Adding it. And that's like the actual work. Like in addition to what some of you have already seen is that when you donate, you're gonna get the companion album.
So that's
Out of This
done.
World. That's
you get Out of This World, our book, which is life-changing, okay?
Yeah, we put that up everywhere. So,
and we made it entertaining to boot. We literally worked 9 months. I mean, you're talking
day and night.
It was the hardest thing I've ever done. And I've made rock and roll albums, which is really harrowing as well.
Yeah. And you say 9 months, but that's like to write the actual book. Like it was years and years and years of researching and compiling
and
information and your story. It's a lot of his history.
Yeah.
I learned stuff about your background and your touring days and stuff, and how it all sort of has paralleled and connected to what we're going through now. It's absolutely like I'm stunned, and I helped write it, so it's like
right, exactly, yeah, and
it's really good.
And we really put our heads together, and it took everything we had. And meanwhile, I was working on songs, as always, and writing. And so I have this batch. So there's Out of This World, the book, which you can get for free right now. Check out the campaign. If you donate anything, you get a 2-disc companion album, which is like songs from my whole career, especially that have to do with Out of This World, the book. So it's Out of This World companion album. And I've picked songs that throughout the book, certain lyrics come in and stuff that has to do with the actual narrative and subject matter in the book. But I think it's a really good look at what I was trying to do with my tunes. It's harrowing being an artist. It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. That's putting it lightly.
Yeah, we're both artists, and there's something about looking at your past work that can just be, you're always having to criticize yourself and judge your own work.
Yeah.
And I just go back and forth with so many of my songs and my albums and my work. I'm always pleased because I was so lucky to work with some of the best musicians that I've ever heard of or ever met. And so that was I really got lucky there. So I'm always pleased to hear their parts. I think they always did a good job making my songs better. And like adding cool, bass parts and drum parts and guitar parts and stuff like that. So the companion album, I try to feature a lot of musicianship that I really like.
It's a nice little journey itself.
Fuji's guitar solo on Beowulf, for example. I just have that, like as like the third track on disc 1.
What is this? That's Out of This World.
But I also chose songs that I feel are really strong and good. And I think you'll be hard pressed to find rock and roll over the last 20 years that comes close to this collection. So donate now and get Out of This World, the companion album. We could really use the help because I want to wrap up this last little batch of songs. We're really fighting for human culture here. We're fighting for the truth, and it is hard. They're coming at us so hard, and we just didn't expect it. I mean, we're just artists. We're just like...
We're the only people doing any art and any journalism, really. in this time. I shouldn't say any. There are probably other people out there, and that the problem is we're not allowed to connect and talk.
Yeah,
we're
it
trying
feels
to
like
do that.
we're the only ones
It
because
feels that way.
you get so isolated, and they've
Yeah.
done a really good job. Forces much bigger than us have done a much better, a really good job keeping everybody isolated.
Yeah.
That's working on the truth.
Yeah.
And working on culture and being genuine. You know, we found out as we essentially have an engineered culture. Okay,
Yeah.
so what I was always doing was fighting back against that and punching as hard as I could at a giant's. You know, I'm just like hitting his nose as hard as I can with my entire being.
Yeah.
And if you appreciate that, please give us some support because we could
Yeah.
really use it. Anyway, I'm really excited about these songs. Listen to Kaleidoscope. There's a demo up. It's
Yes.
a rough demo, but
Yeah.
if you'll hear the magic in these
Yeah.
new tunes with
So
that
good.
one. And you know, again, it needs a vocal and it needs everything. It needs, you know, recording is a terrible process, and it's very difficult. And you can just like ruin the entire sculpture with one wrong chisel kind of
gosh.
thing.
Yeah.
So we're looking for materials. If
Yeah.
you can donate, for example, like some hard drives, some USB drives or something.
Yeah, we're flexible on donations. That's why. And if you go to if you're on here too, you're watching this video. We have our description of what we're trying to accomplish, but then there's another tab and it says gear list, and we have just given some examples of the kinds of materials that would help us out. If you don't feel like donating any, monies.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can, if you have a piece of equipment, an old microphone you're not using, or something like that, contact us, which is what I'm going to talk about too, because you can contact us through the campaign, and our email address is up there too, and we'll be in touch on shipping and taking care of all that, and which we will do.
Totally.
So yeah, we're keeping sort of the floor open to donations, materials, ideas, suggestions, things
Contacts.
like that too. Yeah,
If you want to start a fellowship of
Yeah.
wizards and hobbits and go
Yeah.
try to get to Sauron on a boat.
Woo.
No, but
We're
seriously,
not kidding.
contacts, people who are maybe searching for an alternative in life right now. I'm just reaching out. Nothing I ever did was about the money. I can guarantee you that. Because
Yeah.
it's always like just enough to kind of get the record done. Actually, usually not even nearly enough.
No.
But we sort of have managed to get by. We went to Mexico, which was awesome. We were really happy there because it's much cheaper living, and you can pick off, avocados.
Yeah, you get your
food.
dinner off the tree.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I mean?
free. Really great. I mean,
I'm never buying avocados
we
again.
live in an abundant world,
Yeah.
which that's been veiled. And we've been told that we don't, and convinced and traumatized that we don't. But we
Yeah.
found that we do in Mexico, and it was really great.
Good adventure.
And we were able to focus, and we were able to get the book out, and I did Humanity Unmasked.
Yep. I was gonna
So
say.
Humanity Unmasked I did right at the beginning of
2020.
2020. Now it took a while to produce and finish, and again that process is really difficult. Check out that album if you haven't already.
Please do.
But those are the kind of things that I'm finding I'm getting a lot of pushback, okay? It's getting dangerous for me and for us and for our cat Luna, and I didn't want any of this. I'm a peaceful person, very very minimalist kind of person who just wanted to focus on music and creativity, and I really just want a normal, simple life. I'm not trying to be an adventurer, but I keep finding myself thrown into adventures. It's cool. I'm glad. I always wanted to know about this world. Now I know way more than I ever wanted to know as the space wanderer. But point is, I'm getting on a tangent. I want to talk more about this stuff in other videos, which I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But I would challenge you to, they have us lying to ourselves, and I believe that humanity has to stop lying to itself. And if you want to, as a first step, engage with us a little bit and just check out the campaign. Again, just downloading the book is a huge deal, and maybe download Humanity Unmasked.
Yeah.
But again, if you donate, we'll send you over the companion album, 2 discs of awesome tracks. Some of them never heard before.
Yeah.
that I found, you know, like college tape demos and stuff that are really cool. There's a tune called "Lover to Be Friendly," which just makes me laugh, and
It's so good.
it's just a totally cool. I could see the Beatles doing it or something.
Yeah.
With all my tunes, I wish more musicians. Every time somebody sends me in a cover of one of my songs, it's the best thing I've ever heard. It's way better than my version, first of all, and it makes me really, really happy. And that's what I've always been trying to do, is like jumpstart the human imagination. We've been given a gift to fight the darkness and its imagination. And that's what I'm trying to do with this last batch of songs, my best ever.
Yeah.
And yeah, you'll really be helping us out.
Yeah.
So
And that's, again, so that being said,
I'm so tangential.
no, you're fine. That being said, though, that's why we're doing this too. We don't know. We say this will be the last batch because we need to take care of ourselves and we need to move on with our lives, and it's getting dangerous. You brought up Humanity MS, like the kind of things that we're facing. We are facing extreme censorship. We are not getting our funds anymore from our digital distribution. I don't know if you realize how big that is. That's huge. That's
and I
his
knew that was
entire
coming.
history. Right.
It's sort of frustrating to be shouting about these things too.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, oh, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
And then now it's like very
So,
real. And people are getting censored. I said Spotify would be censoring. Now we're seeing this big, you know, goofy, you know, show. It's essentially like a big stage production about like how they're going to start censoring on Spotify.
Right.
Oh, they're using this character, Joe Rogan, and they're going to,
Yeah.
oh, and all these ancient, like Neil Young, like, sorry, are you like he made music,
Is
what,
he
60,
relevant?
60 years ago?
Right.
What I mean,
Point-
like
point-
50?
Right. Point
Half a
being,
century ago?
Right.
Let's focus on new music.
Right.
And let's call them out for censoring, which is what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I know we want to lie to ourselves and say everything's fine. It's not fine. It's very difficult. And I just keep being a thorn in their side. So if you want to support that and you feel like maybe
Yes.
you can't or you don't know how, yeah, check out the campaign, check out the music, and just keep in touch and keep checking out the page, because we're going to stay in the loop, because I'm going to do more videos about some different subjects and really reveal some incredible stuff.
Right. Right.
So
I think that pretty much. I think you pretty much hit the nail
good?
on the head there.
Okay.
So
this is so
again,
long.
no, this is good because you haven't seen us in ages, and you haven't seen him in ages, and he's alive, and that's what people want to see. So thank you guys again so much, and we will keep you tuned in to everything going on, no pun intended. We'll probably be putting up some more demos soon too. There, like I said, the demo is on the landing page for our website, the Merit System, and you can find more information out there. It's called Kaleidoscope. There's also a link to an audio book version of him reading chapter 24 of the book. If you not sure where to dive in with the book because it is modular, you can jump in at any point. Go listen to that. It's really good. It's a really good introduction. And like you said, the book links are pretty much everywhere. And then I'll be sending them to you too if you purchase if you donate, and we send you the companion album. So everything's up there. My email address is up there. I haven't really had any problems or confusion yet, but that's another reason why we were doing an update here. Is like, we're here, we're alive, this is what we're doing, and if you need anything,
and we're going to get our story out too, because I don't know what's going to happen in the future.
That's
and
true.
I want at least the story out. You know, everybody wants to gaslight and be in denial, but I'm realizing that it doesn't matter, because at some point that'll all be over. The denial is going to have to stop, and people are going to have to face this, and then what I'm doing now is going to become more relevant. So yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Good job.
Thanks again, everybody.